Hey everyone, ready to unleash that inner badass?
Oh, absolutely.
Today we're diving deep into Becca Anderson's Badass Affirmations, the wit and wisdom of wild women.
Such a great book.
I know. But seriously, get ready for some major inspiration.
You know, it's more than just a feel-good read.
Oh, for sure.
We're going to really unpack how these incredible women, from royalty like Queen Elizabeth I to revolutionaries like Harriet Tubman, how they actually lived out these badass affirmations.
Okay, so the book is all about using affirmations, those like positive statements you repeat to yourself,
Right.
to rewire your brain for success, basically. But Anderson takes it a step further,
Yeah.
showing how these women, they embodied those affirmations in their actions, not just their words.
It's pretty fascinating how she connects those seemingly simple phrases to moments of incredible courage, resilience, and frankly, just pure badassery.
Totally.
It's like she's giving us this blueprint for living a bolder, more empowered life.
I love that. So our mission today is to go beyond just reading those affirmations and actually see them, in action.
Right.
See how these women faced challenges, defied expectations, and ultimately created their own, versions of success.
And we'll for sure leave you with some actual steps.
Yes.
So you can start using these badass affirmations in your own life.
Okay, let's start with confidence and self-respect.
Yeah.
This is something I think we all struggle with a little, right?
For sure.
But Anderson kicks things off with women who just, own their power. Like Catherine Deneuve, she said, at a certain age, a woman has to choose between her face and her ass.
Talk about confidence.
I know, right?
So refreshing to see women who weren't afraid to embrace their attractiveness, especially in those times when they were often told to, downplay it.
Yeah.
Even Emily Dickinson, way back in the 1800s, she had this playful quote about having admirers await her bidding.
Oh, wow.
The struggle for self-esteem, clearly, it's a tale as old as time.
It really is. And that's where the affirmations come in, right?
Absolutely.
Anderson gives us this affirmation station to repeat. I am confident. I am strong. I am powerful. Sometimes the simplest phrases are the most powerful.
They really are, because it's not just about saying the words, it's about embodying them. And no one, I think, exemplifies this better than Queen Elizabeth I.
Oh, yeah.
Remember her declaration?
Yeah.
Basically saying, even if I was kicked out of the kingdom in my petticoat, I could still thrive anywhere.
Wow.
That's some serious self-belief.
It's incredible to think about that level of confidence she had, especially back then when women were constantly being undermined.
Yeah, and here's what's really badass about Elizabeth. She used that confidence to strategically navigate the pressures of marriage and motherhood.
Yeah.
In her time, refusing to marry could be seen as a weakness.
Right.
But she turned it into this power move, strengthening her position as a ruler.
I never thought of it that way.
It's true. Her choice wasn't just personal preference. It was a calculated decision.
Yeah.
That, solidified her power.
Wow. It shows how deeply she believed in that affirmation.
Yeah.
I am strong.
Totally.
And that strength allowed her to break free from societal expectations
Yes.
and rule on her own terms for 44 years.
Nothing about a role model.
Seriously. And it's not just historical figures, is it?
Oh, no, not at all.
Anderson brings it to the present day with, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, Liberia's first female president.
Right.
And the rise of women in Rwandan politics.
It's just a testament to the fact that confidence isn't, tied to a particular time or social status.
It's a quality we can all, cultivate within ourselves,
Mostly.
regardless of our background.
Exactly.
So how do we go from, simply admiring these powerful women
Right.
to actually, embodying that same level of self-belief?
I think that's where understanding the psychology behind affirmations comes in. It's not magic.
Right.
It's about, consciously shaping your thoughts and beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
Studies show that repeating affirmations can actually literally rewire your neural pathways, making those positive thoughts more accessible.
So it's like training your brain
Yeah.
to focus on your strengths
Totally.
and potential instead of dwelling on self-doubt.
Yes. And the more you repeat those affirmations, the more you start to, believe them. So
Yeah.
it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Okay, that makes total sense. But confidence is just one piece of the puzzle, right?
Right.
What about, achieving our goals? Overcoming obstacles, those are inevitable.
Well, Anderson's next section is all about that, achieving success and overcoming obstacles.
Okay.
And she makes it clear that success isn't one size fits all.
Mm-hmm.
It's about defining what success means to you and then going after it with everything you've got.
I love that. She has this quote from Frances Willard, a leader in the women's suffrage movement. She said, "The only friction worth remembering is the friction that polishes."
I love that quote.
It's like saying we shouldn't be afraid of challenges. They can actually refine us and make us stronger.
It's a brilliant reframing of obstacles, isn't it? Instead of seeing them as roadblocks,
Yeah.
we could view them as opportunities for growth and, like, resilience.
Totally. And speaking of resilience, there's this powerful quote from Harriet Ann Jacob, a woman who escaped slavery. She said, "My master had power and law on his side. I had a determined will. There is might in each."
Wow.
Can you imagine that willpower to overcome that much adversity?
It's a testament to the strength of the human spirit.
Yeah.
It perfectly illustrates that affirmation, I will not be vanquished, which Rose Kennedy often repeated.
Yeah.
A woman who faced, like, unimaginable personal tragedies.
Right. These stories of women who face these like seemingly impossible challenges
Yeah.
and still came out on top. So inspiring. It's like they're saying, if we can do it, so can you.
And that's where the affirmation station for this section comes in. I will succeed. I believe in myself. I achieve whatever I put my mind to. It's like a call to action
Yeah.
to believe in our potential.
Yes.
Take those bold steps towards our goals.
It's a good reminder that we often have more power than we realize, but sometimes we need a little nudge, a little inspiration to tap into that strength.
Absolutely. And that's where Suzanne Langland's story comes in.
Oh, Suzanne Langland, she was a true badass.
Right. Imagine this young woman
Yeah.
battling asthma, picks up a tennis racket,
Oh, wow.
becomes a global sensation, revolutionizing women's tennis in the process.
And she didn't just win, she dominated. 6 Wimbledon titles in a row. But what's even more interesting is how she did it.
Yeah.
Anderson describes her as this like stylish, rebellious figure defying the prim and proper conventions of the time.
Wait, so you're telling me a bandeau made Suzanne Langland a tennis star?
You know, maybe not just the bandeau, but think about it. In the early 1900s, she's out there
Yeah.
in these flowing silk dresses, ditching the corsets,
Yeah.
moving with incredible freedom and athleticism. She challenged norms on and off the court.
You're so right. It wasn't just fashion, it was a statement.
Yeah.
She embraced her femininity and athleticism
Yeah.
at the same time, refusing to conform to what a female athlete should be. That takes guts.
Seriously.
And it probably, contributed to her success in a way. She wasn't afraid to stand out. Be different.
Totally. It's like her style was an extension of her confidence, her determination.
Yeah.
She wasn't going to let anything, not even stuffy traditions, hold her back from her goals.
It makes you wonder, what corsets are we wearing today? Yeah.
Oh, that's a good question.
What norms or expectations are holding us back from, like, truly expressing ourselves, pursuing our passions?
It's a really good question.
Yeah.
And speaking of pursuing passions, let's get into a topic that's often filled with both excitement and anxiety.
Oh, yeah, love and relationships. This is where Anderson gets real
Yeah.
about the fact that there's no one-size-fits-all approach to romance.
And she features some pretty amazing women who, like, definitely define love on their own terms.
Oh, for sure. Like Mae West, always the playful provocateur,
Yeah.
who said, sex is an emotion in motion.
Right.
And then you've got Beyonce,
Yep.
getting real about the fact that love can be messy and unpredictable.
Yes.
And then Eartha Kitt reminding us that love shouldn't require, compromising who we are.
That's a really good point.
It's a fantastic mix of viewpoints, showing us that there are so many ways to experience love and connection.
Yeah.
And what's important is finding what feels authentic to you.
I think the affirmation station for this section is especially important. I realize that a date is potential, not permanent. I will let my relationship happen naturally. I will recover from every dating hardship. I need a moment to process that. Can we just talk about Mae West's take on love now?
Yeah.
A little emotion and motion might lighten the mood. But seriously, that last part about recovering from heartbreak.
Yeah,
So important. We all go through it. And it's okay to acknowledge that pain. Allow ourselves to heal.
it's true. Anderson even suggests indulging in, like, those classic comfort activities.
Yeah.
Chocolate, sappy movies, time with friends. It's a good reminder that self-care is essential, especially after a breakup.
Yeah. Yeah. It's about giving ourselves permission to feel those emotions fully and then, emerge stronger, wiser on the other side. But speaking of defining love on your own terms, Joan Baez's life is an incredible example.
Oh, absolutely. Her life was about so much more than romantic relationships.
Yeah.
She was a folk singer, an activist, fiercely dedicated to social justice, personal freedom.
She marched with Martin Luther King Jr., protested the Vietnam War, constantly using her voice
Right.
to speak truth to power. And while her relationship with Bob Dylan is, like, well known,
Yeah.
it was just one chapter in a life filled with purpose.
I think what's inspiring about Baez is how authentically she lived,
Yeah.
aligning her actions with her values, even when it was hard. It's an invitation for all of us to examine our own passions, figure out how to use them to make a difference.
That's powerful, especially in a world that often pressures women to, like, prioritize romantic love above all else.
That's true.
Okay, ready to challenge some beauty standards?
Let's do it. Anderson's next section is all about embracing beauty, inside and out. And she's not afraid to get real
Right.
about the ridiculousness of conventional beauty standards. She even quotes Adair Lara, who said, "The heck with the natural look. Where would Marilyn Monroe be if she clung to the hair color God gave her?"
Huh. I love that. It's a good reminder that there's nothing wrong with, like, enhancing our natural features. It's about feeling good in our own skin however we choose to express ourselves.
And she doesn't shy away from the importance of inner beauty either. The affirmation station for this section is a great example. I love the way I look. I am friendly, positive, and outgoing. I naturally attract others with my charisma.
Yes. It's about recognizing that true beauty is a reflection of our whole selves,
Absolutely.
not just our physical appearance.
And speaking of women who redefine beauty on their own terms, Frida Kahlo is such a great example.
Her story is so inspiring. She faced so much adversity. Polio as a child,
Yeah.
horrific bus accident that left her in chronic pain, and, like, a tumultuous relationship with Diego Rivera. Yet she channeled all of that into her art, her style, her resilience.
And she did it all while embracing her unique features. Those self-portraits were so raw and honest.
Totally.
She even incorporated her physical pain into her art, refusing to hide it
Yeah.
or shy away from it.
Her, like, iconic unibrow and vibrant clothing became symbols of her refusal to conform. She was a true original.
Total.
And her story encourages us to embrace our own individuality.
It's a great reminder. Beauty can emerge from pain.
Yeah.
That our scars and imperfections can actually be sources of strength and inspiration.
It's about finding beauty in the unexpected,
Yeah.
in the things that make us different.
Right.
Okay, ready to talk about work.
Yes.
I think this next theme is something we can all relate to. Finding fulfillment in work and career.
For sure. Anderson acknowledges that there's no one right path when it comes to careers. What's key is finding meaning in what we do, whether it's a traditional job,
Right.
a creative pursuit,
Yeah.
or something else entirely. She even quotes Annie Dillard, who said, "How we spend our days is, of course, how we spend our lives."
It's true. It's
Yeah.
a reminder that our work should be something we're, like, passionate about, not just a way to pay the bills.
It's true. And to illustrate that, she highlights women who found deep satisfaction in a variety of careers. Think about Katherine Johnson,
Sure.
the brilliant NASA mathematician, whose calculations helped send the first American astronaut into space.
Wow. Imagine the dedication and focus it took to do that.
And then there's Michelle Obama, who talked about, the responsibility that comes with public success and how it's important to use your platform to help others.
It's a powerful message, especially in a world that often celebrates individual achievement, above all else. It's about recognizing that our success can be a catalyst for positive change
It's true.
in the world.
Absolutely. And the affirmation station for this section really captures that spirit.
I will use my success to help others. I will build my coworkers up as I grow. I will leave no one behind.
I love that. It's a call to action,
Yeah,
to think beyond ourselves
totally.
and use our talents to make a positive difference in the world.
For sure.
Speaking of making a difference, let's talk about Harriet Tubman.
Yes.
I mean, to escape slavery and then risk your own life to lead hundreds of others to freedom.
It's incredible.
That takes unbelievable courage
Yeah.
and compassion.
Her dedication to social justice was, like, unwavering.
Mm.
She was a conductor on the Underground Railroad, a nurse during the Civil War,
Wow.
a Union spy,
Mm.
and a tireless advocate for equality. Her life was a testament to the power of one person to make a difference.
It's really mind-blowing
Yeah,
to think about what she accomplished, especially considering all those obstacles.
it's true. It's a reminder that even in the darkest times, there's always hope,
Yeah.
and that we all have the potential to be agents of change.
All right. Are you ready to face some fears?
No, let's do it. Anderson doesn't shy away from the tough stuff.
No.
Her next section is all about facing fears and using setbacks as fuel.
And she doesn't just tell us to be brave, you know.
Right.
She provides us with a framework for understanding fear
Yeah.
and reframing setbacks as opportunities for growth.
Okay.
She even has a quote from Malala Yousafzai,
Oh, wow.
the incredible young woman who was shot by the Taliban
Right.
for speaking out in favor of girls' education.
I get chills just thinking about her bravery.
She said, "The terrorists thought they would change my aims and stop my ambitions, but nothing changed in my life except this. Weakness, fear, and hopelessness died. Strength, power, and courage were born."
Wow. That's incredibly powerful.
It's a powerful reminder that sometimes facing our fears head on can actually liberate us.
It reminds me of that saying, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Exactly. And Anderson also includes this quote from Madeleine L'Engle that really resonates with me. She said, "It's a good thing to have all the props pulled out from under us occasionally. It gives us some sense of what is rock under our feet and what is sand."
It's true. Like those setbacks, they force us to reevaluate
Yeah.
our priorities, figure out what truly matters.
And to see this in action, look no further than Oprah Winfrey.
Right.
She went from a traumatic childhood and countless obstacles to becoming a, media mogul
Mm.
and philanthropist. She used her platform to uplift others, to share stories of resilience and hope.
It's a beautiful example of how even the most difficult experiences can shape us
Yes.
into the people we're meant to be.
Absolutely. And the affirmation station for this section, a perfect mantra for navigating those tough times.
Okay.
I can survive even my greatest fears. I have important things to say. I face my fears bravely.
It's a good reminder that courage isn't about being fearless.
Yeah.
It's about taking action even when we're afraid.
Right. And speaking of facing fears bravely,
Yeah.
let's go back to Malala's story.
Okay.
She was only 15 years old
Hmm.
when she was shot by the Taliban for speaking out in favor of girls' education.
It's a horrific act of violence
It's
that could have silenced her forever.
Yeah, but instead, she used it as fuel for her activism,
Yeah.
became a global symbol of courage, and this powerful advocate for education.
It's mind-boggling to think about her strength and determination at such a young age.
It's true.
Her story reminds us that even when facing unimaginable adversity, it's possible to find our voice
Yeah.
and use it to make a difference.
Makes you realize that we all have that potential within us.
Yes.
We all have stories of resilience,
Mhm.
of overcoming challenges, of finding our inner strength.
And that brings us to our final theme for today.
Okay.
Taking action and creating change. This is where Anderson encourages us to move beyond inspiration
Right.
into action.
Into action. It's about putting all those badass affirmations into practice.
Yes.
Actually making a difference.
She quotes Shirley Chisholm, the first African-American woman elected to Congress, who said, "You don't make progress by standing on the sidelines whimpering and complaining. You make progress by implementing ideas."
Yeah, true.
A call to action. Translate our thoughts and beliefs into, tangible results. And it doesn't have to be some grand world-changing gesture.
Yeah.
It can start with small, everyday acts
Yeah.
of courage,
Absolutely.
kindness, like speaking up for what you believe in, volunteering in your community, or even just having a difficult conversation.
It's true.
That needs to happen.
Exactly. And Yoko Ono reminds us that even those small acts can have a ripple effect. Remember, each one of us has the power to change the world. Just start thinking peace, and the message will spread quicker than you think.
I love that. It's like the butterfly effect.
Yes.
In action. And the affirmation station for this section really captures that.
It does.
I turn my complaints into solutions. My situation does not define me. My actions will lead to positive change. So good. It's about taking ownership of our lives.
Yeah.
Choosing to be proactive rather than reactive.
And when I think about women who embody this spirit of action in change-making, Oprah Winfrey, again, comes to mind.
Of course.
Her journey from a traumatic childhood to becoming a media mogul and philanthropist is a testament to the power of using your platform to empower others.
She didn't just build a successful career for herself.
Right.
She created a platform to amplify the voices of others, to shed light on important issues, and to inspire millions to live their best lives.
And she did it all while staying true to herself,
Totally.
never shying away from her vulnerabilities or her past.
Her journey shows us that it's possible to transform our pain into purpose and use our success to make a difference.
It's a powerful reminder that we all have that potential within us. We can all choose to be badass agents of change.
In our own unique ways.
Exactly.
I'm really loving this idea of turning our pain into purpose.
Oh, me too.
And, Oprah's story really highlights that.
It's not about, like, pretending the bad stuff didn't happen.
Right.
But finding a way to use those experiences to, fuel our growth
Mm-hmm.
and inspire others.
Exactly.
Like Anderson says in the book,
Yeah.
our scars tell a story. They are a testament to our resilience and our ability to overcome.
Oh, I love that.
Right.
Okay, so we've talked about confidence, success, love, beauty, and finding fulfillment in our careers.
We have.
But there's one more, crucial piece of the puzzle that Anderson addresses:
Okay.
taking action and creating change.
This is where she challenges us to move beyond inspiration and actually, step into our power.
You're right.
It's about taking those concrete steps toward our goals, no matter how small they might seem.
And she has some seriously inspiring quotes to back it up.
She does.
Like Shirley Chisholm,
Oh, yeah.
the first African-American woman elected to Congress,
Yes.
who said, "You don't make progress by standing on the sidelines whimpering and complaining. You make progress by implementing ideas."
It's so true.
Right, a call to action.
It is. It is.
It doesn't have to be some big grand gesture.
No.
It can start with something as simple as, speaking up for what you believe in,
Yeah.
volunteering in your community,
Totally.
or even just having a difficult conversation that
Right.
needs to happen.
Sometimes those are the hardest ones.
Oh, totally.
But, those small acts of courage,
Yeah,
they can have a ripple effect, can't they?
they really can.
It's true.
Absolutely.
And Yoko Ono really emphasizes that in the book.
Mm-hmm.
She reminds us, remember, each one of us has the power to
Right.
change the world. Just start thinking peace, and the message will spread quicker than you think.
Oh, I get chills just thinking about that. The power of, collective action.
Me too.
Even something as simple as choosing kindness over anger or reaching out to someone who's struggling
It's true.
can create that ripple effect of positivity.
It can.
Totally.
And the affirmation station for this section really captures that spirit.
I love it. It's so good.
I turn my complaints into solutions.
Yeah.
My situation does not define me. My actions will lead to positive change.
That's a powerful one to repeat.
It is.
It's about taking ownership of our lives.
Yeah.
And choosing to focus on what we can control
Exactly.
rather than feeling helpless or stuck.
It's a mindset shift
Yeah.
that can be truly transformative.
Absolutely.
It's about recognizing that we all have agency
Mm-hmm.
and we can choose to be part of the solution
Yes.
rather than part of the problem.
Love that.
Right.
And when I think about women who embody this spirit of action and change-making, Oprah comes to mind again.
Oh, of course.
Her journey from a traumatic childhood to becoming this media mogul and philanthropist,
Mm-hmm.
it's just a testament to the power of taking action.
Yeah,
Using your influence to uplift others.
it's true.
She didn't just build a successful career for herself. She created a platform
Yeah,
to amplify the voices of others,
exactly.
to shed light on important issues,
Yes.
and to inspire millions to live their best lives.
Incredible.
And she did it all while staying true to herself, never shying away from her vulnerabilities or her past.
What's so inspiring about her story is that it shows us that our past doesn't have to define us.
Right.
We can take our experiences, even the painful ones, and use them as fuel
Yeah.
to create something positive
Yes.
to make a difference in the world.
It's such a powerful reminder that we all have that potential within us.
We do.
Absolutely.
So as we kind of wrap up this section of our deep dive into Becca Anderson's Badass Affirmations,
Yeah.
I want to leave you with this thought.
Okay.
What's one action you can take today,
Mm-hmm.
no matter how small,
Yeah.
to start creating the change you want to see
Yeah.
in your own life or in the world around you?
I love that.
It could be reaching out to a friend you haven't spoken to in a while,
Yeah.
signing up to volunteer for a cause you believe in,
Right.
or even just committing to practicing one of these badass affirmations every day.
It's so true.
Remember,
Yeah.
even the smallest steps can lead to incredible transformations.
They really can.
They really can.
Okay, speaking of transformations,
Yeah.
let's shift gears for a moment
Okay.
and talk about something a little lighter.
Ooh, I love where this is going.
Are we finally going to get back to Mae West
Yes.
and that emotion in motion?
Let's do it.
Because while changing the world is important, taking care of our own needs and desires is just as crucial.
It's all about balance, right?
Yeah.
Finding that sweet spot
Exactly.
between making a difference and enjoying the ride.
Yes. So let's dive into Anderson's insights on love relationships
Yeah.
and embracing our sensual selves.
Yeah.
Because a little bit of Mae West's wisdom never hurt anyone.
It really didn't.
Never.
Let's start by revisiting that quote.
Okay.
Sex is an emotion in motion.
Ooh.
What do you think she meant by that?
Well, I think Mae West was all about, like, embracing pleasure,
Yeah.
living life on her own terms.
She was known for her wit, her confidence,
Yeah.
and her unapologetic sexuality.
Right. In a time when women were often expected to be, like, demure and submissive,
Yeah.
she was a force to be reckoned with.
She really was.
She challenged those norms and paved the way for future generations
Yeah.
to express their sexuality more freely.
And I think her quote about sex being an emotion in motion
Yeah,
speaks to that.
totally.
It's about recognizing that sex isn't just a physical act.
Right.
It's an expression of our emotions, our desires,
Mm-hmm.
our connection with another person.
It's about finding joy and liberation in our bodies,
Yes.
celebrating our sensuality.
And that can be a really powerful thing, especially for women who have been taught to, repress their sexuality
Yeah,
or feel ashamed of their desires.
totally.
It's about reclaiming our bodies,
Yes.
embracing our pleasure.
And Anderson really emphasizes that in the book.
It does.
She encourages women to explore their own sexuality, to
Yeah.
figure out what feels good, and to communicate their needs and desires
Totally.
openly and honestly.
And that confidence and self-awareness,
Yeah,
it can translate to other areas of our lives as well.
absolutely. When we feel good in our own skin and embrace our desires,
Yeah.
it can empower us to show up more fully
Right.
in all aspects of our lives.
It's like that inner confidence just radiates outward,
Yeah,
making us more magnetic,
totally.
more attractive.
And that brings us to another important aspect of this theme,
Okay.
defining love and relationships on our own terms.
Yes.
Anderson highlights women who took different paths
Yep.
when it came to love and relationships,
Right.
showing that there's no one right way to do things.
Totally. Like Joan Baez,
Yes.
who we talked about earlier.
Exactly.
She chose to prioritize her activism and her art.
Mm-hmm.
And while she had romantic relationships, they didn't define her life.
And then there's Beyonce,
Yes.
who gets real about the complexities of love and relationships.
does.
She talks about the ups and downs,
Yeah.
a heartbreak, the
Yeah.
challenges of balancing love with career and personal ambitions.
It's refreshing to hear someone so successful and iconic talk about the messiness of love.
It is. It makes it feel more relatable,
Yeah.
more human.
Yeah, for sure.
Totally. And then there's Eartha Kitt.
Ooh, yes.
We're at a very different perspective on love. She
Yeah.
famously said,
Mhm.
compromise for your man, yes, but compromise for your love, never.
That's a bold statement.
It is, but I think there's some wisdom in it.
Oh, for sure.
It's about recognizing that love shouldn't require us to sacrifice our values, our
Yeah.
dreams, or our sense of self.
Absolutely.
It's about finding a partner who supports us
Yeah.
and being our most authentic selves.
And, that can look different for everyone.
It really can.
Some people thrive in long-term committed relationships.
Yeah.
While others prefer to explore different connections
Right.
or choose to focus on other aspects of their lives.
Totally. The important thing is to find what works for you
Yeah.
and to not let societal pressures
Mm-hmm.
dictate your choices.
The affirmation station for this section, I think, really captures that spirit of self-determination.
It does.
I realized that a date is potential, not permanent. I will let my relationship happen naturally. I will recover from every dating hardship.
That's a good one.
It's a reminder to approach dating with a healthy mindset,
Yeah.
to avoid putting too much pressure on every encounter,
Mm-hmm.
and to prioritize self-care, especially after a heartbreak.
It's about recognizing that our worthiness isn't tied to our relationship status.
It's true.
We are whole and complete,
Yes.
regardless of whether we're single or coupled up.
So true.
And that's a powerful message to carry with us as we navigate this world of love and relationships.
It is. Speaking of powerful messages, Anderson dedicates a whole section to embracing beauty inside and out.
Oh, yeah, and I think that's especially important today,
Totally.
when we're constantly bombarded with images of perfect bodies and faces.
Right. It's so easy to get caught up in comparing ourselves to others
Yeah,
and feeling inadequate.
exactly.
But Anderson challenges us to redefine beauty on our own terms.
Yes, and she reminds us that true beauty comes from within,
Yes.
from our kindness, our compassion,
Bully.
our intelligence, and our unique personality.
Our unique personalities, for sure.
And she also encourages us to embrace our physical selves,
Yeah.
Regardless of whether we, like, fit into society's narrow definition of beauty.
Mhm.
She even quotes Adair Lara,
Oh, yeah, again.
who said, "The heck with the natural look. Where would Marilyn Monroe be if she clung to the hair color God gave her?"
I love that.
Me too. It's a good reminder
Yeah.
that there's nothing wrong with, like, enhancing our natural features
Right.
or expressing ourselves through fashion and style.
Exactly. It's about having fun and feeling good in our own skin,
Yes.
however we choose to present ourselves to the world.
And the affirmation station for this section really captures that spirit of self-love. I love the way I look. I am friendly, positive, and outgoing. I naturally attract others with my charisma.
So good.
It's a good one.
It's a powerful reminder to focus on our strengths,
Yes.
to celebrate our individuality,
Yeah.
and to let our inner beauty shine through.
Totally.
And speaking of women who embody this, like self-assured beauty,
Yeah.
Frida Kahlo comes to mind.
Oh, yeah.
She was known for her bold style, her unibrow, her vibrant clothing, and her unapologetic self-expression.
She didn't try to fit in
No.
to anyone's mold.
Yeah.
She embraced her unique features and turned them into art.
And her story is a testament to the fact that beauty can be found in the unconventional
Yeah.
and the things that make us different.
It's a good reminder to challenge those, like, narrow beauty standards.
Yeah.
And to celebrate the diversity of beauty that exists in the world.
It's true, for sure.
Okay, ready to talk about work?
Yes, let's do it.
I think this is a topic that, like, resonates with everyone,
It does.
regardless of their career path.
For sure, and Anderson does such a good job of highlighting the fact that finding fulfillment in work,
Yeah.
it can look different for everyone.
Right.
It's not just about, like, climbing the corporate ladder or achieving financial success.
Right.
It's about finding meaning and purpose
Yeah,
in what we do.
absolutely. And she quotes Annie Dillard,
Yeah.
who observed,
Wisely.
yes, wisely observed, how we spend our days is, of course, how we spend our lives.
It's true.
Right. It's like a reminder that our work should be something that brings us joy,
Yeah.
something that challenges us,
Jordy.
and something that allows us to, like, contribute our unique talents
Yeah.
to the world.
And she features some amazing women who found that fulfillment
Yeah.
in a variety of careers, like Katherine Johnson,
Yes.
the brilliant NASA mathematician,
Right.
whose calculations helped send the first American astronaut into space.
Wow. I mean,
Imagine the dedication and focus it took to achieve that.
it's incredible.
It's true.
Seriously.
And then there's Michelle Obama, who talked about the responsibility
Yeah.
that comes with public success
Mm.
and how it's important to use your platform to help others.
Such a powerful message, especially in a world that so often celebrates individual achievement above all else.
It is. It is.
It's about recognizing that our success can be this catalyst for positive change in the world,
It's true.
right?
Absolutely. And the affirmation station for this section really captures that spirit.
Yeah.
I will use my success to help others. I will build my coworkers up as I grow. I will leave no one behind.
It's so good.
It's a call to action,
Yes.
to think beyond ourselves
Right.
and use our talents to make a positive difference in the world.
Speaking of making a difference,
Yeah.
let's talk about Harriet Tubman.
I mean, to escape slavery
Yeah.
and then risk your own life to lead hundreds of others to freedom.
It's incredible.
That takes an unbelievable amount of courage and compassion.
Her dedication to social justice was just unwavering.
She was a conductor on the Underground Railroad, a nurse during the Civil War, a Union spy, and a tireless advocate for equality.
Wow. Her life was truly a testament to the power of one person to make a difference.
It's mind-blowing to think about what she accomplished, especially considering the obstacles she faced.
It really is.
It's a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there's always hope,
Always.
and that we all have the potential to be agents of change.
Yes, absolutely.
And that brings us to a crucial aspect of, like, living a badass life,
Oh.
facing our fears and using setbacks as fuel to propel us forward.
This is where Anderson gets real about the fact that challenges and setbacks are an inevitable part of life.
They are. They are.
But instead of letting them defeat us, she encourages us to view them as opportunities for growth.
She does. And she has this great quote from Malala,
Oh, yeah.
the incredible young woman who was shot by the Taliban for speaking out for girls' education.
Right. Such an incredible woman.
She said, the terrorists thought they would change my aims and stop my ambitions, but nothing changed in my life except this. Weakness, fear, and hopelessness died. Strength, power, and courage we're born.
Wow, that's
It's a
powerful.
powerful reminder that sometimes facing our fears head-on can actually liberate us.
Yeah, it reminds me of that saying,
Yeah,
what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
exactly.
Right.
And Anderson also includes this quote from Madeleine L'Engle
Okay.
that I just love.
Oh, yeah.
She said, "It's a good thing to have all the props pulled out from under us occasionally. It gives us some sense of what is rock under our feet and what is sand."
It's so true.
Like those setbacks force us to reevaluate our priorities
Yeah,
and figure out what truly matters.
exactly. And to see this in action,
Yes,
we can look at Oprah Winfrey,
of course.
who went from a traumatic childhood and countless obstacles to becoming this media mogul and philanthropist.
And she used her platform to uplift others,
Yes.
to share stories of resilience and hope.
Right. Her journey shows us that it is possible
It is.
to transform our pain into purpose.
It's a beautiful example of how even the most difficult experiences can shape us into the people we're meant to be.
And the affirmation station for this section
Yes.
is like a perfect mantra for navigating those tough times.
It is.
I can survive even my greatest fears. I have important things to say. I face my fears bravely.
It's a reminder that courage isn't about being fearless.
Right.
It's about taking action even when we're afraid.
Exactly. And speaking of facing fears bravely, let's go back to Malala's story for a moment.
Let's do it.
She was only 15 years old
So young.
when she was shot in the head by the Taliban for speaking out in favor of girls' education.
It's unimaginable.
It's horrific. It's a horrific act of violence
It is.
that could have silenced her forever.
But instead, she used it as fuel for her activism,
Yeah.
becoming a global symbol of courage and a powerful advocate for education.
It's mind-boggling to think about the strength and determination that she possesses. And at such a young age.
Her story reminds us that even in the face of unimaginable adversity,
Wow.
it's possible to find our voice and use it to make a difference.
And, it makes you realize that we all have that potential within us.
We do.
We all have stories of resilience,
Yeah.
of overcoming challenges,
Yes.
and of finding our inner strength.
And that brings us to our final theme
Yes.
for today's deep dive.
Okay.
Taking action and creating change.
This is where Anderson really encourages us to move beyond inspiration
Yes.
and into action.
It's about putting all those badass affirmations into practice
Right.
and actually making a difference in the world.
She quotes Shirley Chisholm, the first African-American woman elected to Congress.
Such a powerful woman.
I know, who said, "You don't make progress by standing on the sidelines whimpering and complaining. You make progress by implementing ideas."
It's a call to action.
Yeah.
To translate our thoughts and beliefs into tangible results.
And, it doesn't have to be some grand world-changing gesture. It can start with small, everyday acts of courage and kindness.
Totally.
Like speaking up for what you believe in, volunteering in your community, or even just having a difficult conversation that needs to happen.
Exactly. And Yoko Ono reminds us that even those small acts can have a ripple effect.
It's true.
Remember, each one of us has the power to change the world. Just start thinking peace, and the message will spread quicker than you think.
I love that quote.
It's beautiful.
It's like the butterfly effect in action.
It is.
And the affirmation station for this section
Yeah.
really captures that spirit.
It does.
I turn my complaints into solutions. My situation does not define me. My actions will lead to positive change.
That's a great one to have on your mirror.
Oh, I love that.
Right.
Yes, perfect.
It's about taking ownership of our lives and choosing to be proactive rather than reactive.
And when I think about women who embody the spirit of action and change-making, Oprah Winfrey comes to mind again.
She's the queen.
Her journey from a traumatic childhood to becoming a media mogul and philanthropist is a testament to the power of using your platform to empower others.
She didn't just build a successful career for herself.
Right.
She created a platform to amplify the voices of others, to shed light on important issues, and to inspire millions to live their best lives.
And she did it all while staying true to herself, never shying away from her vulnerabilities or her past.
Her journey shows us that it's possible to transform our pain into purpose and use our success to make a difference in the world.
It's such a powerful reminder that we all have that potential within us.
We do.
We can all choose to be badass agents of change.
In our own unique ways.
Exactly. Wow, it's been quite a journey.
It really have.
Exploring these badass women and their stories.
So many amazing women.
I know. As we wrap up our deep dive into Becca Anderson's book, what stands out to you the most?
Honestly. It's the sheer range, like
Yeah.
experiences and perspectives she brings together. I
Mm.
mean, we've got queens, artists,
Mm.
activists, athletes,
Yeah.
and everything in between.
Totally.
But there's this common thread
Mm-hmm.
of resilience, determination, and this, like, refusal to be defined by limitations.
I love that.
It's so inspiring.
It is. And what I love is how she connects those like inspiring stories
Yeah.
to this practical tool of affirmations.
Oh,
Like she's giving us this roadmap, not just for like admiring these women, but actually embodying their badass spirit in our own lives.
Totally. And the book itself is designed to be interactive.
Oh, yeah.
Anderson includes journaling prompts, encourages readers to create vision boards,
Right.
and really personalize the experience.
Mm-hmm. It's not just about passive reading.
No,
It's about taking those insights and turning them into action.
for sure.
Okay, so what does this all mean for us?
Right.
What's like the key takeaway from this deep dive?
Mm-hmm.
How can we actually like integrate these badass affirmations into our lives and start to see real change?
Well, I think the biggest takeaway is that we all possess this incredible inner strength.
Yeah.
We all have the capacity to overcome challenges, achieve our goals, and, make a positive impact on the world.
Totally.
And affirmations can be such a powerful tool for tapping into that potential.
Absolutely. It's about recognizing our own worth, embracing our individuality, and believing in our ability to make things happen.
Right.
These badass women have shown us that anything is possible
It's true.
if we set our minds to it and refuse to be defined by limitations.
And it all starts with, like, choosing an affirmation
Yeah.
that resonates with you, something that speaks to your current challenges, aspirations.
Yeah.
Write it down.
Yeah.
Put it on your mirror.
Yeah.
Make it your phone background, whatever works for you.
Totally.
But here's the key.
Okay.
Commit to saying it out loud every day.
Yes.
Even if it feels a little awkward at first.
It's true.
Really feel the words. Let them sink in and notice how they start to, like, shift your mindset.
It's like planting a seed
Yeah.
in your subconscious mind.
Totally.
The more you water it with repetition and belief,
Right.
the more likely it is to grow into something powerful.
Exactly.
So, as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of badass affirmations, we want to leave you with a challenge.
Okay.
What will your badass affirmation be?
Ooh, good question.
Choose one that speaks to you and commit to making it a part of your daily routine.
And remember, even small shifts in mindset can lead to incredible transformations.
It really can.
You have the power to create the life you want,
Yes.
to overcome your fears,
Mm-hmm.
and to make a positive impact on the world.
Go out there and be the badass you were born to be.
Yes.